Hey boss, I just came in today to say shove it up your ass. You know, I used to work a 9 to 5 and I remember fantasizing about how amazing it would be to just tell my boss to take it. But nothing I ever came up with can even match what these people did.
I quit.
Hey, listen, I quit.
Here are 10 epic ways people quit their jobs. Number 10 is sliding out. On August 9th, 2010, after 28 years in the industry, Steven Slater quit his job as a flight attendant for JetBlue Airlines in an event the Daily Mail would come to dub as one of the most bizarre news events of 2010. As Flight 1052 from Pittsburgh landed at JFK International Airport in New York City, an altercation occurred which upset Slater, causing him to pick up the plane's public address system and, along with a string of profanity, announced that he'd had enough of working at an airline. Now officially known as the JetBlue Flight Attendant Incident, the event concluded with Slater grabbing 2 Blue Moon beers, deploying the emergency escape door, and sliding down the inflated evacuation slide. Though he claimed an injury given to him by a passenger was the real reason that he'd done it, nobody else on the plane corroborated his story. Still, that's an awesome way to quit. Hey, I got my Blue Moon back! Number 9 is the big game announcement. Quitting in front of your friends and coworkers is one thing, but quitting in front of 100 million people is quite another. That's just what 36-year-old Gwen Dean did on February 2nd, 2014, when she verbally announced her resignation to her boss, Ted, during what stands as the second most watched television broadcast in American history. Gwen was a machine engineer in New York for nearly 18 years, but always had dreams of starting her own puppetry business. Teaming up with the online hosting company GoDaddy.com, she decided to pursue her dream full-time, appearing in a commercial for the company alongside an actor during Super Bowl 48. 100 million viewers saw Gwen, with help from a blue bird puppet, tell the camera, and specifically Ted, "I quit." Ted responded with a happy text saying he was laughing and that it was a great commercial. Call it a happy ending. Number 8 is a mass exit. On September 10th, 2014, a number of hungry customers trying to enter a Chipotle restaurant in State College, Pennsylvania, were left with empty stomachs when they found a door locked. A sign on the door revealed that after being forced to work in borderline sweatshop conditions, most of the managers and crew had resigned. The note went on to state that people are greater than profits and encouraged diners to spread the word via social media. The former manager responsible for the sign being posted was Brian Healy, who claims that 4 shift managers at the Chipotle had quit over the previous 2 days. Brian and another employee decided that they were just done with the company and moments later locked the door and posted the sign. Saving face, Chipotle announced the store had reopened and the incident had locked out many employees who were eager to work. Yeah, you be the judge on that one. Number 7 is doo-wop, I quit. When he realized his job as a barista at a trendy cafe was unfulfilling, Phil Sipka called on television host Steve Harvey to help him quit so that he could start his own coffee shop. Sipka had worked at the Robust Coffee Lounge in Chicago, Illinois for 3 years, and though he respected his bosses Derek and Jake, he felt the only way to leave would be a big way. So, backed by 5 smooth background singers, he sang his resignation, revealing his intentions to his 2 supervisors, the crowd inside the cafe, and a huge number of viewers watching him on the Steve Harvey Show and on YouTube. Controversy surrounded the video of the doo-wop performance resignation, with many claiming it was fake. In response, a producer for the Steve Harvey Show came clean about a few things, revealing that the owners did know Sipka was quitting with Harvey's help, but had no idea how he was going to do it. That's risky. He could have just pooped on the floor. Sorry, that's how I would have did it. Number 6 is Super Mario quitting. On April 27, 2009, after deciding to leave his position as senior programmer at 2K Australia, which is a video game development company, Gerard Woods, who's known as Jared Farbs, chose to quit with style and spent the night creating a game to make his leaving more fun. The next day, Farbs sent the game to his bosses and coworkers, who seemed to take the news in stride, considering the nostalgia and humor it brought with the sad message. During the game, which you can actually play right now and seems to be an exact copy of one of the levels from 1985's Super Mario Bros., every time points are earned, the words "I quit" flash on the screen. At the end of the level, a message appears and reads, "Thank you 2K Australia, you gave me a paycheck and an incredible project, and a world-class team to learn from, but my business is in another castle." That's brilliant! Farbs went on to pursue a career in independent game design. Number 5 is Dancing Goodbye. On September 28, 2013, 25-year-old Marina Shafrin posted a video to her YouTube channel, which she titled "An Interpretive Dance for My Boss," set to Kanye West's Gone. Though the dancing she does in the piece comes off as funny and charming, the story that the subtitles included in the video tell is less than a happy one. It turns out Shafrin was very upset at her job as a video producer for Next Media's animation studio. She claims to have sacrificed 2 years of her life, putting off relationships and investing all of her time and energy for a boss, more obsessed with how many videos were made and how many views they got, rather than caring about his staff. So while at work at 4:30 in the morning, Shafrin recorded the video and added the words "I quit" several times after telling her story and promptly posted it, leaving her job forever. The video went viral but was soon taken down for copyrighted music. See, now if I was the music owner, I would have just left it up. It'd be like, that's funny, that's just, I'm Kanye, that's how I would have acted. Leave it up. Number 4 is Signed Out. Here's some free advice for all the employers out there. If you treat your employees rudely or unfairly, maybe don't give them the important job of updating your advertisements, especially if the business you're making them work for is in fast food. After allegedly working 22 days straight and with more shifts on the way, Adam, a man who worked as a shift manager at a Taco Bell KFC combo restaurant in Depew, New York, requested that he be off on the 4th of July to celebrate America's birthday. In response, his boss denied his time off, which was understandably upsetting. Shortly after that, Adam was tasked with changing the Taco Bell sign out front, but instead of a catchy phrase or putting up the deals, Adam chose this opportunity to tell everyone who could read it that he quit, adding the additional "F you" followed by a happy face. Yeah, I definitely think that emoji was just nice touch, beautiful. Number 3 is a goodbye cake. Tired of looking at passports all day, border agent employee Chris Holmes decided he wanted, well, a sweeter gig than what his job currently was at the Stansted Airport in Essex, UK. Holmes' love for baking had allowed him to open his own business, granting him a popular title amongst friends and customers as Mr. Cake. Then on April 15, 2013, on his 31st birthday, Holmes made the decision to leave his job at the airport and focus on his growing family, the new cake business, which was where he was more happy. Of course, there was only one way for Mr. Cake to resign from his post, and that very day, instead of getting a cake from his peers, he brought in, well, one of his own, and on it, written in icing, was his resignation letter. Yep, Chris Holmes went into work and told his duty manager that he was leaving to be a happier man, using the very thing that made him happy. Ooh, that's beautiful. You go, Chris. Number 2 is Weed It Out. On September 22, 2014, 26-year-old Charlene Egby, better known as Charlo Green, publicly quit her job while on air. Viewers of the CBS affiliate Alaskan television station KTVA's nightly news program, along with the station's anchors and crew, were stunned when Green suddenly announced that she was resigning. The reporter was doing a story on Alaska Cannabis Club, an organization that advocated for marijuana legalization and aided citizens in the state who were trying to obtain legal pot for recreational use. And as the story concluded, Green announced that she was actually the owner of the club and would from then on be focused on it fully and not this job. She then calmly said, "F it, I quit," and casually walked off camera, leaving a shocked co-anchor to shuffle papers as she struggled to find words. I hope the weed business goes well, because I don't think green's got a future in news. And number 1 is marching out. In August of 2011, 23-year-old Joey Francisco was making a living working in room service at the Renaissance Providence Hotel in Providence, Rhode Island, a job that he despised. A recent graduate with a history degree, DeFranco decided it was time to change it up and did what so many of us will never have the guts to do. He quit his job with such energy and happiness, you could hear trumpets playing, literally. DeFrancisco was a trumpet player in the What Cheer Brigade, a 19-piece brass band, most of which joined him for his resignation. As his boss walked out and demanded that they leave the building, Joey announced, "I'm here to tell you that I'm quitting," and dropped his resignation letter at the man's feet. Then the band began playing a loud, cheerful song while DeFrancisco triumphantly left the building with his hands high in the air, with the band following single file still playing. Now that is a goodbye. Speaking of goodbyes, this is the end of the video, friends. I really hope you enjoyed it. On the right, you'll find 2 of my most recent videos that you can press or click on your screen right about now if you want to watch some more. I don't know why I said that, and I love you guys. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!